Hello everyone, welcome back to ASR, African Stories Realized. This is our weekly review of The Wife Season 3. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Episode 13 picks up in the aftermath of last week's tragedy with the cleansing of the Zulu home as Mcele rallies the family to move on. Gawe informs Naledi of his intent to make things right with her family and commence the lobola negotiations. But Naledi is reluctant, suggesting she is still haunted by what happened to Mandisa. Meanwhile, back in Rustenburg, Naledi's father, the chief, consults with his traditional seer, who informs him that he is having nightmares because the ancestors are not pleased that he tried to force Naledi to marry, which led to the chaos at the wedding. The medium nonetheless informs him that the chieftaincy, however, is a calling that Naledi cannot refuse, and if she doesn't accept it within 9 months, their family and kingdom will be in grave danger. The chief, however, returns home and is still determined to wed Naledi and Sefako. He enlists Tidi to spy on Naledi for him and try warm her up to the idea of marrying Sefako. Meanwhile, at the taxi rank, the brothers meet up and reminisce about Ngoba. They suggest that they need to find a safer way of pulling off heists or an alternative way of making quick money. Gawe approaches Mcele for his blessing to marry Naledi. He also requested that Mcele travel with him to Rustenburg to make things right with Naledi's father. Mcele then gives his blessing and pledges his support. At Ngoba's tavern, Sambulo arrives with Xoli and looks like Mkoki is running the place. The brothers reminisce about Ngoba and the tavern before agreeing that it should be closed because it's not the same without him. Meanwhile, at the hospital Naledi works, she confides in her bestie Tsietsi that she's having doubts about getting married to Gawe, and Tsietsi feeds this doubt, finally revealing his true intentions. He clearly has a crush for Naledi. I told you guys, the man's name is Tsietsi. That means deception. Back at Ngoba's tavern, Mkoki and Sambulo announce to the tavern regulars that the tavern will be closing. It is at this point we're introduced to an eccentric character who buys out all the remaining alcohol in the tavern and encourages the other patrons to drink and celebrate Ngoba's legacy. The episode ends at Ngoba's tavern where Sambulo, X and Mkoki make a discovery while closing up the tavern one last time. As they help out the eccentric patron who bought out the remaining liquor, they find that he has diamonds on him. Episode 14 picks up at Ngoba's tavern with an interrogation of our eccentric diamond smuggler who attempts to recruit the Zulu brothers as part of his diamond scam. The Zulu brothers consider it but have more pressing matters. Despite Naledi telling Gawe they should slow things down, Gawe and his brothers make the trip to Rustenburg to see the chief. After making them wait all day, the chief grants Mcele and Gawe a meeting. But it quickly goes sour when Mcele loses his temper after continued insults from the chief. The chief sends them away and reiterates that he will never give his blessing for Gawe to marry Naledi. The episode ends with word reaching Naledi of Gawe's efforts, and she's not pleased that he went to Rustenburg against her wishes. Episode 15 picks up with Gawe trying to make amends, so he calls Naledi's sister to enlist her help in planning a surprise getaway to Zanzibar. Back at the taxi rank, our eccentric diamond scammer breaks down how his scam works to the Zulu brothers. I'm still not fully sure how it works, but from what I gather, this guy only has a few real diamonds which he uses to entice the mark. Once he's agreed a deal with the mark, he switches those diamonds out for fake ones. They then pretend to be police and seize the diamonds before they can be authenticated. At least that's how I think it worked. We'll see how it goes down. At this point, they already have a mark in place, so they make preparations to pull off the scam. Meanwhile, at the hospital where Naledi works, Tsietsi is taking advantage of Naledi's separation from Gawe. But Naledi's sister Tidi arrives. The two spend the day together before Tidi takes her to meet Gawe on a private jet for her surprise trip to Zanzibar. The episode ends as the couple jets off. But little do they know that TD has installed hidden cameras in the private jet. The episodes kind of fizzled out as they went on. Also, I need to see Goli doing more than just lovemaking scenes. I'm very curious at how this diamond scam is gonna go down. I actually have a theory that the scammer is actually scamming the Zulu brothers. I think he set them up. It may seem like everything happened by chance, but I think he set it all up. If you rewatch the episodes again, you'll see that he is kind of setting them up from the beginning when he buys everybody alcohol. But I look forward to seeing how it unfolds, because I don't trust this new guy. I'll be back next week with another review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is ASR, for the love of African filmmaking and storytelling.